Hello, everyone, and I'm sorry for not being able to attend the class, but it's around 30 as we see. It's over 30 here, and it's really warm, but we are enjoying the summer. So the place is equipped with the facilities that can accommodate summer, not like Ulu. But anyway, back to our presentation. So I'm going to present what we have found in our desktop research following Lisa's finding, and then I'm going to follow it with the customer personas we have created, and then data we got or information we got from empathy map we have created too. Firstly, once we done our desktop research as a method of collecting the necessary data, we found that we have two main customer segment. It's not one customer segment. It's main two customer segment. The first one is dependent on their family influence, which means that they get influenced by their family while taking a decision, while doing everything. And in other words, they are financially secured by their family. And the second segment is the one which is independent from their family influence. So the influence can be defined within the context of their peers, reference group. So they do what is done in the trend of their reference group. And also, they are not financially secured by their parents. So afterwards, we found that it's necessary to create buyer's persona for the main two segments. It's not logical to create one customer persona because we have two main segments now based on our finding. So before we creating a persona, we have decided that we should brainstorm for questions that is necessary for conducting a depth interview, and then we brainstorm it for questions like asking them what they do in their free time, what's their marital status, what's their needs, wishes, and fears of the future, who influences their behavior, and what are the channels they use in their free or leisure time, which means that social channels, social media channels, and what is their dreams and future plans. But it was really difficult to conduct a planned number of interviews because I think it was around mid-July and it was a summertime, and everyone was very lazy to participate in our interview because we were confined by a segment which aged between 21 years to 30. All of these segments, they were enjoying their summertime. So we finally managed to conduct five depth interviews, and then we created our personas and empathy maps based on the data we got. So firstly, I'm going to present the first buyer persona of dependent on their family influence. So we just put an anonymous name for the persona. His name is Nico, is 28 years old, and he's working as a marketing coordinator. He's in relationship, he have a girlfriend, and he's planning to start or raise a family at a certain point of time. He wants to start a family soon once he get everything prepared. He, of course, he's living in Ulu area, and also he's planning to buy a flat in Ulu city center. And he does the ordinary activities like going to gym, which is near to apartment, and work out in his free time doing a gaming, and also maybe spend some time with not maybe, of course, he spent time with his partner. And then what he fears from the future, he don't want to shift from his current job to a low paying job. He's looking forward to to just transfer to a higher paying job, which gives us an impact that he's planning to buy a flat at certain point of time, but also he's caring about what is going on about he want to secure a good life for himself, having a partner, and then having high paying job, while at the same time he's feeling secure by the fund he gets from his family, or the things that his family owns. So he's the typical customer persona for the first segment. And then for a second segment, which is independent from a family influence, as I mentioned earlier, so they are financially independent from their family influence. We put an independent an anonymous name to like Laura, and obviously she's is 20 years old, but she is running her own online business. She is an entrepreneur and she is single, but she is looking forward also to have a partner or to have a boyfriend or girlfriend at certain point of time. And then she's living in Olo area, but as a normal business owner, she is looking forward to expand her business and also to earn good money, which can make her willing to afford buying her own living place and enjoy her life. And also, she's more flexible person. She is flexible person. She wanna travel around the world, discover more areas, which give us an impact. Or how can we target this kind of person? Because she don't want to stay in all of her to spend all of her life in Olo because she's looking forward to travel around the world. So maybe we use this data while targeting this customer. How can we target them? And we use this data while doing our brainwriting ideas because of course you cannot say for a person no just buy a house and stay in Oulu or just stay in Helsinki area or Vaasa area, Lappeenranta area, or something like that. So we need to use this data. And also, she is fearing about once she buy a flat or just travel around the world and getting a loan from bank. So she's worrying about the term of loans, how much she will be paying each month, and will it be flexible or not. So this is what we have found from customer persona. So then afterwards, we created an empathy map, but due to timing limits and all of this, we just conducting customer fears that we will be using while doing our brainwriting idea. So a first segment, which is dependent segment, as I mentioned earlier, they are dependent on their family influence, financial influence, and also emotional influence. So they just fear, they don't want to go to outside the city center or to remote areas in all or elsewhere. They just care about neighborhooding area. They want a gym. They want all facilities to be surrounding. He don't want to drive 2 hours to just go for a gym or for a swimming pool. And also, maybe at some point of time, he might care about payment term. Maybe his family will support him 50% of the price and then he will take 50%. So, of course, he will still caring about payment term. And second segment, it's independent segment, which mainly cares about the terms of bank loans. So we have to clarify or just reach an agreement with a certain bank. How can we target this segment, which we're going to present also later on, and also she worry or the segment worry about the changing life situation. As I mentioned earlier, if I'm living in Oulu and then I got a job opportunity in Helsinki, what I will be doing, or if I just got bored from my life in Finland and I want to go and travel around the world for 2 years or for 1 year, what and spend, of course, spending from my own saving, but what I will be doing with my house, because also it's challenging to rent a house. When we were doing an interview, we got some data that it's not good idea to just rent a house, but we will find a way for that. And then we found the amazing part of our work. It's we will not be able to define a customer journey because at this point we found that customer journey doesn't start yet. So we have the main two segments. We define the main two segments, but we didn't manage to get them, in the early steps of customer journey. So our role or what we will be doing, our efforts to just get them, to just get them involved or start the early steps towards the customer journey. And now my friends will be continue. Lisa and Diana will continue the work. And sorry for taking a lot of time. And see you soon in Udo. Bye.